Ghosts of Tsushima is back with a brand new DLC that goes hand in hand with a massive update you can download right now. And in this video I want to run down all the new features and changes that are free for everyone, the PS5 improvements if you are upgrading, and way more. Of course, a like on the video would really help me out. And let's go. One thing you will immediately notice upon booting up the director's cut or after installing the brand new update on PS4 is a replay feature for all the camps you've already completed and all the duels in the game too. And this is awesome because first, after having done everything in the game, you could only take out some Mongol patrols, but there were no more camps to clear. Well, now you can just select the camp you want to run again from any point in the map and immediately replay it. You see the PS5 version in action here, where I just in 1 second spawn in front of the Stone Arch camp from Act 1 of the main game, while I was on Iki Island. Like, it's wild how fast these load times are. There's also no loading screen anymore. If you just hit continue from the start menu, bam, you are in the world. And fast traveling to different spots on the map is insanely fast too. And I use this now to change the time of day, because traveling from one point to the other changes the time of day, and you can see the current time, of course, in the photo mode. So if you, like me, prefer to play during daytime, then just travel to different points on the map to change the time of day, and then go to the point you actually want to go to. And bam, it's daytime. Going back to the replay feature, because the game notes that replaying this content offers a uniquely challenging experience, meaning that there are more challenging enemies in the camps from the looks of it. Like here, again, I'm running an Act 1 camp, but I see enemies with flaming swords. While we look at way older footage from the ninja guy Don, we see that there are still these shield enemies, but of course not with flaming swords. So it seems like they upgraded the same archetype to a higher Mongol rank. I think that's awesome. They really went the extra mile with this feature, making the camps a bit different when you replay them too. Duels do seem to be the same though mostly, but it's of course awesome to be able to replay them instead of it being a one-off encounter. And this replay feature also works for the new Iki Island content, which is great. One more thing before we move on to another new feature. These replay missions are self-contained, meaning that the resolve you get while playing or spend, and also the ghost weapons you use, don't actually cost resources in your regular game. So you can just spam them, try everything you want, because it doesn't really matter. Other PS5 additions include lip sync for the Japanese dub, which now looks pretty good. Let's have a watch. Of course, the game runs at 60 FPS, just like the PS4 version on PS5 did, but this PS5 native version looks way sharper, and I really like the subtle but noticeable haptic feedback and adaptive trigger additions that totally add to the immersion. Sometimes these features are quite annoying, but that's really not the case here. They really did a great job. Of course, you do have to pay for this PS5 upgrade if you already have the director's cut or bought Iki Island on PS4, then it's only $10. If you immediately jump from the regular Ghosts of Tsushima edition to the director's cut, then it's $30, but then you also get the Iki Island DLC. Real quick, transferring your console save from PS4 to PS5 is really easy, so if you have PS Plus, you can download it from the cloud. Otherwise, it will come with you if you transfer your things from PS4 to PS5. Then, in the PlayStation 5 menu, you can select Transfer PS4 Console Save, and then it should be there. And yeah, then the trophies will pop up, which is really nice. They only note that the A Moment in Time trophy will pop after entering the photo mode and toggling some options there. So you will have to redo that again. And if you got any New Game Plus trophies, then you have to go to that brand new vendor over here on the map in New Game Plus. Just browse the store and exit, and then New Game Plus trophies should appear. And while we're in the shop, it's worth noting that they made a change. First, you could get the outfits from Ryuso and the one from Ishikawa as like separate armor sets, but now they are skins for the Kensei armor and for the Tadayori ranged armor, which makes way more sense because there were basically other variants. Still fun to get them, of course, in New Game Plus. And yes, another heavily requested feature was also added with this update. A lot of people wanted this around launch, myself included, although I kinda got used to like the regular combat system. I'm of course talking about a lock-on feature. You can turn it on in the gameplay menu, after which you can toggle it with the up button on the D-pad. This lets you then target a nearby enemy even out of combat, and in combat you will then of course focus that target. When multiple enemies are around you, you can easily switch between targets with the right analog stick, but I also found that this lock-on feature is actually really nice to spot some final enemies in the camp, as it has a pretty long range and will then immediately highlight the characters you need to kill. Still in the Iki Island DLC, you will sometimes run around in camps and are like, where are the other enemies? So this lock-on feature will help with that. And there's also an extra option where after defeating an enemy, you immediately target a different enemy with the lock-on feature without having to press the D-pad again. I think if you want to play with the lock-on feature, this is likely the best option, but it's nice they gave us a choice. Another option they added that I know some people will be happy about is the option to hide a bow and quiver, which you find in the display options menu. Some armor, of course, including the new monkey armor, doesn't have a quiver. But with that before mentioned Tadayori armor, you always had a quiver at first, but now you can make it disappear and then you will just grab the bow out of thin air. The photo mode also got a bit better with this update. They namely added brand new stamps based on the legend icons that appear when you level up. Including the new ones from Iki Island, by the way, can also be used in the photo modes. You can also use the Director's Cut logo on the screen. And these stamps are, by the way, also added to the PS4 version of the game. So even if you don't have the Director's Cut installed. There is a brand new hallucination feature for the photo mode as well though. But that does require the DLC. And you then also have to reach an early part of that main mission. But overall, all the features I mentioned in this video are part of the update, except for the PS5 exclusive stuff, of course. So you can enjoy that. The Legends content that will be coming on September 3rd will also be free for everyone. But as you maybe already saw in my overview video of the Iki Island DLC, I think the expansion is totally worth the $20 if you liked the main game. I do recommend that you finish the main story of the main game first, because then you will get more out of the Iki Island DLC, but you can already start before that though. When you reach Act 2, there will be a new mission called Journey into the Past. Follow that, as you fight some really powerful new enemies first. But after that, you can go to this new island. And I already made a video on the awesome armor set you can get in the DLC and some brilliant charms that change the gameplay up by quite a lot. You can watch that video by clicking on the screen. Subscribe for way more Iki Island tips and tricks on how to get more amazing items. A like on the video would really help me out. And for now, I will speak to you next time. Goodbye.